So I welcome you to the preview and review of the La Liga Matchday 5 review, Matchday 6 preview. We're going to check out the betting market and we compare, we look at the past results and we compare what the tool says in comparison to this market. And this is actually a very good odds compiling tool. Maybe I never called it like this. I've started like this in 1990, even earlier when I did my first steps with the computer programs I developed. And in 1990 it was ready for the World Cup, and then the algorithms were ready. And from then on I used this tool myself. Now it's available for you. It is an odds compilation tool. The whole thing behind it is just to evaluate the teams properly, calculate the goal expectancies from this evaluation of the teams, which are based on how many goals they score, how many they concede, and from those expectancies, go ahead, compile the probabilities, how likely this or that team are going to win, or is it going to be a draw, all the probabilities. And when doing so, and you use this tool, which you find in the description below, how to get your access to this tool with all the leagues you wish to have. There are 1200 leagues in this tool that are provided with data that you can start to bet on or develop your own prices, compile your prices for. Compiling prices means compiling probabilities, as I just explained. And go ahead. If you do those steps, you have to do your team settings. You can compare once again here in the teams, which is number one, is now Real Madrid in front of Atletico, then Barcelona in third place. They are in trouble, we all know that, losing Messi and a few other players that reduced their salary even. And so on. Sevilla in fourth, Villarreal. I do not insist this is the proper evaluation. It is mine. As soon as you change something here, you know Valencia are doing better. Are they? I saw the game against Real Madrid, late turnaround, but I was somehow expecting it. When you hear German commentary, which is really poor, then you feel they try to make this a win for Valencia because they are not expecting something to happen, because it's the result they have and they comment as if this is going to last. They don't expect ever any goals. But anyway, I saw them coming somehow, but who can I tell it in the moment? I can bet on it, but then still I can only show you a winning coupon, which everyone can do, of course. Valencia is still, well, they lost, they still performed well, I think, but they were just too strong towards the end. Betis, fine here. Celta lost at home to Cadiz, which also was part of my proposals, I think. Getafe here, fine. Levante, Osasuna. Here it's getting a lot more difficult to assess the teams, but Cadiz did play well. They are also part of the league and maybe they can stay there once again, but you have to have one in bottom place because all the others are very good as well. You can do adjustments here as well if you know anything better than that. Otherwise, computer is keeping track of this also by adjusting the strength according to the results. So I haven't finalized these games, which means the updates have not taken place yet, which are going to happen now when I click on this button. So you have to go on to finalize, which means results are coming in. Computer does this automatically. In the process you still have to finalize, so make these adjustments work. If you remember, now to finalize, now I have to finalize it. Now this last match day has been finalized. Now we can look back. If Cadiz are still in bottom, maybe they are not, but maybe they are, but they came a bit closer to Elche because the win at Celta Vigo has done them some good, while Celta maybe dropped down slightly compared to Betis, for example. This is what happens with every match you evaluate, and then get the result in, then you have a deviation between what you expected and what the result had been, then you update this accordingly, and so on. And this is the way. Also the home and away records and all those things, not records but strengths. So for the next match day, Cadiz will, especially on the road, be a bit better. At home, we still have to see. But of course they are going to improve with any win. We have to compile the prices once again. I'm doing this by selecting them all and compiling here. So this is very simple steps. I think you can have plenty of scenarios as soon as you get your copy, because you may wish something to try out, right? Certain things. I've done so here, which I'm not even happy with anymore, but I've done that right from the start. So I was also testing the tool itself. But here are my Wettoper-Bewertungen. You can have this in English, which is in fact in English here, but this is the name of my evaluations. You can get them and download them here. You may have to some slight extra charge for that. €3 or so, and then you get these evaluations, and then you can start right from this, right in 5 minutes from now. You can have your copy running. I didn't click on the La Liga here yet. I didn't remove the English bets yet, but you can check out my English video as well. The access to the tool you find in the description below. Leave your likes, comments, of course, as I would always ask you, please to do so. It's absolutely free. Now the camera is frozen again. I'm just going on. You can hear me even if you can't see me moving, at least. I'm going to this. It does happen at times. I'm very, it's very sad that it is so. So we're going through a bit more quickly. Now we get 168 on Atletico, who are not playing so well, and they lost again, but no, they didn't lose. It's 0-0, but they lost a player again in the midweek in Champions League as well. They couldn't score 0-0 against Bilbao, and in the midweek against Porto, 2 home games even, they couldn't win, they couldn't score a goal. Still, I would expect them to be better. I saw the away game at Espanyol, which, like Real Madrid, they turned around late in the game. Still, they scored 2 goals. And I think we can expect them to win here. Is it the proper game? Getafe. Sorry for that. They are playing on midweek. They are playing midweek. Sorry, I needed to go to match day. I'm very sorry for that. We still compile the prices here, or recompile them, and we get different results. Here, I fancy. If it is not coming back here, I have to save this in the first place, and then I think it's gonna work. There was a, well, you noticed it, a small problem with this. So I'm not, well, we saw the results, in fact, here, 189. This sounds very good. I was a bit surprised, but Getafe 168 sounded a bit low, but I didn't mention this, but I was just simply confused a bit. 189, the 6.0 on Getafe may even be slightly indicated. The one who dares may even have a bet here. I wouldn't do so, as I just explained. I still think they are going to perform. Atletico, of course, everyone would say so, but 6.0 is a lot on Getafe against a not so strong team at the moment, but it's just marginally indicated, right? Bilbao is 187. We have a typical phenomena here. Once again, Rayo Vallecano, 1 promotion. Now they are there, they are performing, they are playing well. They won 3-0. So you get very good prices on the opponent, because it is confirmed, once again, you win promotion, you surprise. But still, we we can consider, because I saw Bilbao against Atletico when they had a 0-0 draw, but they were trying until the end and they came close, although they may have conceded as well. But I think they are very good. Of course, all the teams in this league are very good. Of course, I say the downsides, because Rayo, I cannot really judge in this league. The experience is they are doing well, and that's what they do. Still, 187 is a very good price. Levante, very even game against Celta. Computer says maybe Levante. Well, Levante could even be the side, but I mean Celta lost now, and I think they're gonna try to catch up or make up for that. And I wouldn't do this. 248, 260 is not a huge margin, but still an indication in some sense. Espanyol looks like a lot too low, but Alaves other side, I'm not so certain about market at the moment. They are saying no good. They lost 0-3 at home to Osasuna, so I'm not quite pleased with them, so skip this one. Espanyol are also promoted, are performing well, although they lost this game that I just described against Atletico. But of course, they are still doing fine. I wouldn't touch this one. 163 on Sevilla sounds very little, and it is. It's not a bet, but even computer agrees fully here in this case. You wouldn't neither bet Sevilla nor Valencia, so I'm happy with this. Real Madrid 125, computer says 123. We may consider Mallorca, also one promotion, also doing okay. So we rather skip this, or should I check it? I'm not sure. But 125 compared to 123, and Real Madrid are of course not in an outstanding shape, right? Villarreal 150 sounds very low. 159, computer says no bet on Villarreal, nor on Elche. Granada 4.0, even if anything I would even consider Real Sociedad. 193, I have to speed up with this one and make another one for the weekend, right? Sorry, I was so Granada I don't want to support, although the 4.0 computer would even suggest. I disliked them when I saw them, so not for going for this one. Also Osasuna 230. Now, well, okay, here we have a huge deviation. I would consider doing it. Why not? But Osasuna are also, I cannot judge them so well. So maybe they are better, closer to Betis. It was also weekend, the 3-0 win. But anyway, 320 sounds pretty good on Betis. But all those teams in the middle, they are harder to judge for me, right? Barcelona is 152. I mean, I would give them a fair chance here as well. It would be another favorite, so we would have Bilbao as a favorite, Real Madrid even, Betis, Sevilla, dogs, but Barcelona as a favorites. But why not try? I mean, they will definitely. I mean, they will definitely be on top here. They can win it. I liked Cadiz. I'm surprised myself that we have this indication here, but I tried to finish this video now because I'm not moving, and here you see the midweek suggestions by the computer. I'm not checking the goal lines for now, or would I? I mean, it's over, under. We can check here that Getafe 2.5. I mean, I can of course, 1.5, 152. What does this tell me? Low scoring game. 1.5, 152, 229. Computer would even say under for the 250. So if you like this under, why not? Last away game was not so good for the under. They scored 2 goals, 2-1. Athletic Bilbao 2.5, 245. There we have an over. I wouldn't mind so much to go for the over here. I have this indication. Of course, the 0-0 was not an over, but I saw them trying, and they came close against Madrid. But that's always the case. But Rayo did play over. Of course, we can check this as well with the performance stuff. 2.5. Also in the Levante game, computer says over. Doesn't sound like an over, but Cadiz, Celta Cadiz was an over. Levante, I can't remember now. but I'm not gonna check them now because it takes too much time. You had to compare this, of course, if you try to follow my advices here. Espanyol 2.5, 2.40, once again an over. Computer says in all these games over. I can check, of course, if there's this clear over tendency. I can check in the tables whether or not we have clearly too few goals. I was just a little surprised. 107 instead of 122 goals in 48 games. So it is a low-scoring campaign at the moment, which I fully agree on. So only the under would... I mean, what does it mean if I agree? I agree to this... Oh, now I'm moving again. I agree to this extent that I say... why would we go for the over-under this early? And what I see in what the referees' decisions do to football, they are just disallowing goals, also the VAR. So if there is a tendency, and I can witness it while watching the games, and if I can witness it with the referee decisions and in the statistics that there are no goals, I wouldn't go against it. Of course, if the computer says so, then it rather says, well, you rather adjust slowly, right, if there is a mismatch. But not after 2 or 3 games played or so. But if this observation I make, statistical, is confirmed by the observation I make within the games, that there are goals being disallowed, right? Then I say, well, why go for an over? Why fight against this, right? So I'm gonna stop it here. We saw the proposals, and I'm off now. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll have another one for the La Liga tomorrow, I guess. Thank you very much. Bye bye.